Yo, welcome back, Backwoods Boys and Backwoods Girls, to this episode of the Backwoods Boys. Bugging out is over. We gave up on it. It collapsed again. So in the fall, we'll probably start that back up. For now, I'm going to do something that I missed doing like 2 weeks ago. And it's my 50th old coin announcement. So let's get to it. So right here, I have all of my coins that I have found metal detecting. The old coins, at least. We'll get to the other coins later. But, so right here, we have just the normal stuff. Over here, we have 12 Indian head pennies. 3 of those are fatty Indians. They were made earlier on. Right now, the date just slipped my mind. But, yep, so I got 3 of those, and then 9 regular Indian heads. Right here, I have 2 buffalo nickels. You can see those, and then sandwiched between them is a V nickel. That was my first V nickel I ever found. And then right here is my mess of wheat pennies, a lot of which were found in my own yard. But all the wheat pennies only came from 3 or 4 different sites, so that's how common those are. Also, the container I'm using for these, let's see if I can get you a view underneath. It's a fruit container. The lid of it from a 20s fruit container that would have went in your refrigerator. I found this at the bottle dump that I go to. So if you guys know anything about bottle digging, then I was really excited to find this because that's usually broken in my area. Anyway, moving on to the good stuff. So let's start with my first coin here to the most recent. First coin. As you can see, the first old coin is an 1863 fatty Indian head penny. This was my first old coin that I ever found, and I found it at my own church. So, after the Indian head penny, that's when I found all these, but there was about a 6 to 7 month break where I found no coins. That's when I was using the gold digger, the bounty hunter gold digger, which, don't get me wrong, I did love, but I didn't find any of these with that. Then I upgraded to the H250, and that's where we get on to all these beautiful coins right here. So let's check them out. So right here was my second old coin that was worth noting. And it was my very first silver coin, as you can see in the corner of the coin cover. It's a 1947 rosy dime, and it was found at a colonial site. And here's the reverse side for anyone who cares. My second ever silver coin was a SLQ, no date, and it was found at an undertaker's home. And this came to a shock because I've seen a lot of people find these after like 2 or 3 years of metal detecting. And this was only my, I think my 3rd or 4th month with the H250. So, that was a real surprise. And once again, there's the reverse side. My third coin was a 1914 barber dime, also found at the same place as the standing Liberty quarter. And it was found on the path where they used to carry the bodies down to the hearse, which was a wagon drawn by horses. And there's the reverse side. This is a beautiful coin. It's in great condition, and this was only after a tiny bit of cleaning with no rubbing solutions. So, as you can see, great condition. So now we're jumping from the barber dime over to my very first, which is in terrible condition, Flying Eagle cent. See, maybe you can see the eagle outline right there. This is my very first Flying Eagle and my only Flying Eagle. It was found at my own church at the Old Manse, and no date, as you can see. Here's the back, also in terrible condition. About a week later, I found my very first Washington quarter, 1945, and it was found at the manse of my church, which is the pastor's residence. This coin, this is going to sound pathetic, but this was on my bucket list. I just love how these silver quarters come out. And as you can see, also in very good condition. Alright, so then as you can remember from the video The Large Find, a large find. I found this no-date draped bust large cent in my own backyard. Right back there. Right now it kind of just looks like a copper disc, because there really is no detail on there. Right here there's a little spot where you can see A and M for America, but other than that I'm not going to focus too much on this coin because there's not a lot to see. Alright, now we are at my 5th and most recent silver coin, which is a Mercury dime, 1944, found at the farm field, that you guys haven't seen yet because I don't have any editing software. That's why I'm taking continuous videos. This was from the test hunt of the farm field, and I found this Mercury dime along with a dandy button, a tomback button, and a part to an oil lamp. So nothing, well, there was the colonial buttons there, which told me that I was close to an old house site. That's when the next day I got on some good stuff. Let's check them out. So right here we got the 1850 large cent, which was found from the farm field. Unfortunately, the video, I was so excited I took it in portrait instead of landscape. But it's 1850, braided hair, beautiful condition. Check out the back. Look at this coin. I mean, like, this is, you couldn't ask for a better looking coin. Very excited. I took about 10 more steps, and look what I found next. As you can see from the, I'm shaking too much. As you can see from the coin cover, it's an 1804 half cent with some pretty good detail on it. This is about 6 or 7 steps away from the other large cent. Check out the front. You can sort of see some detail in there. But other than that, this was a beautiful coin. I was very excited to find it. But the next coin, it beats them all. Check it out. 1787 Connecticut copper state coin. You can see Queen Britannica right there on the back. Hard to see with the coin cover, and there's the head, and you can see a little bit of Connect right there. But the 1850 large cent was my 50th coin, and I'm happy to have it. Well, guys, thank you for watching this episode. I hope I didn't bore you too much. But, yeah, I'll catch y'all later. I'm about to go metal detecting, and hopefully I'll find some good stuff. Peace.